Coming up on this episode of the Peppinion, an abstract puzzle game about time travel and paradoxes. Here we go. Hello, viewers. I've played Induction about an hour now, and it's a puzzle game. And yeah, I've been playing a lot of those recently, but whatever comes out, I'm going to play. So that's just what we've had recently. This one is a little bit better than some of the other puzzle games I've been playing recently, though. It has a time travel mechanic, which I will show you in a couple seconds here. Let's line this up. And you switch between, and then now your previous self controls all of these things that you have to worry about what your previous self is going to do, and they have to make sure to make it up to the spot above me right now, the red cube right above it. There is a location that they need to get to, and then you need to really just worry about where, like, block placement and how everything's going to be handled for you as your previous self does it. It's really a lot more intense and a lot more advanced and difficult than some of the other games I've been playing. Causality comes to mind, that had a time travel mechanic, but I would argue that that time travel mechanic was just really basic, and that only allowed you to move from kind of a block to a block, and it was not really it wasn't really that advanced. It was kind of basic. Well, a decent puzzle game. It was not it's not really for thinking. It just was more like a trial and error kind of situation. And this is something you want to really think about what you're going to do and how the levels need to be situated. A much more puzzle-oriented game, in my opinion. And it can kind of blow your mind because you need to make sure everything gets set up correctly and that block finishes in the right place. And then the game shows you what you did to beat it on the right hand here. It shows you your completion. It's pretty cool that it shows you that, and it's nice to remember how I beat some of these, because I forget. But yeah, I mean, I really like the mechanic here, and I think it really works well. It's something that is nice to experience something that's so advanced. Normally, I guess I feel like puzzle games are so simple, and this is quite good. Let's see if I did it here. This one's a really interesting one because you got to really think about, like, moving the block where you're not. So I had to think about moving the block up there. No. Okay. Moving the block and making sure that, yeah, it would move back in the right position. It's because you have to control everything there. That's crazy. I like that one quite a bit. This one's also one of my favorite ones. This one kind of has a weird aspect, though. I thought that the top two blocks were kind of on the same level as the bottom three, but it's actually above. So that kind of threw me for a loop. You got to really be careful of, like, the perspective here, and I wish they did a little bit something more to help me with the perspective. I figured it out. It wasn't that hard, but the perspective would have been a little bit nicer to have if it could have been a little bit better. So I'm going to screw this up. I'm going to restart this level, and I've done this a few times. But yeah, it is a very simple game that just requires a lot of thinking, and it is much more advanced than any of the recent puzzle games I've played, and I've really been having a good time solving these puzzles, and it's just got a really nice aesthetic, and the design, it's nice. All this color palette, having them all purple, is interesting and can be done extremely wrong, but in here it's actually a lot, it's very nice. It keeps everything really clear, and I can see everything visually, and I can see what block I am, because I'm the purple one, because that last time we were in the purple color palette. And it keeps everything very nice and clear, and I like that quite a bit. And and just it's very soothing and a nice color palette. They really put a lot of thought into what each level would look like, I think, and it just really shows the dedication to make a very pretty game here. I have no idea what to do. Yeah. I'm not going to do this because it's going to take me too long. Although, if you listen to the game while I try and figure this out, the music here is pretty good, so listen to it. All right, well, this is probably going to take too long for me to figure out. So I am going to go, and I hope that you thought this game was interesting. And on a scale of 1 to woo, I think this one's pretty great. And if you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Puzzle games forever! That's just how it works out, and you should share this peppinion. Thanks.